that I would only ask what would happen if I said your name. I'll take a drink of water. Fuck, they have a capo. Where the fuck is my capo? 1 second. No. I can't fucking find it. Oh, well. Hey, Wef. I guess I should do a pin in the Discord or a share or whatever. Kind of surprised you're not watching the Oscars. I didn't even know they were happening. We already did Golden Buckets, so not too much for me to do with those. Same, yeah. Time for platinum meals. Yeah. Who the fuck is Oscar and why should I watch him? Oscar. Who's a famous Oscar person? Oscar Wilde? Okay, I think every famous Oscar is currently dead. Sabrina is, but you're more important. Sabrina's named Oscar? Hi, Flash. Oscar the Grouch. Oh. Your girlfriend... Surely your girlfriend doesn't live in a trash can. Fun fact. Ledger's original first name was supposed to be Oscar, but I disliked the Oscars enough that I decided not to do that. Apologies, I would like to sing this again. No, don't tell me to fucking log in. It's gonna do it. I'd pray to God that you would choke. If I had one, I'd put a noose around your throat. If I had one, I'd put this bullet through your skull. If I had one, no, fuck. No, I don't. But I would kill you if I had some. I'd go right back to when we met if I only could. Put poison thoughts inside your head, fuck you up for good. I'd love to torture you to death, and you know I would. Make sure the cancer doesn't spread. You've got my confession, you can write this down. You ain't got no business, so shut your mouth. Now if they find you face down in a ditch, I hope they don't hear this. You took a choice away, like she was your prey, and I bet she's not the only one. If you think it's in the past and you're over that, I would only ask what would happen if I said your name. Okay. We've released a little bit of the anger pent up tonight. We're going to have the campfire sound going in the background for a lot of this. If you can't tell by the edgy thumbnail that looks like it was made by a 5-year-old, I am having a less than stellar time currently. And instead of dealing with it like a, intelligent adult, I'm choosing to be a streamer. Granted, there's fuck all I can do about the situation I'm thinking of, so. Oh well. So, what can we do? Let's turn that up a little. Where the fuck is my weld folder? Fuck it, I'll do the Discord one. All right. Let's start off. Father, I desire the slag. There's not much to say here other than that's a lot of slag. And while it can tell us stuff about it, instead I was having a day, so I just, good weld. You know. Little bit he left a spatter there. I see a couple dots here and there, but actually that one's just stain. But that one's definitely physical. Yeah. Little bit of a scratch, but such is life. This weld fully passed X-ray, no notes, so she's fucking good.
Down a little, Sydney.
I had, just before taking this clip, knocked off some slag at the bottom by flicking it, so I thought it was going to pop off a shit ton of it. So I tapped it twice more with a file, and we get this beauty. What can we tell from it? Say some words. Stick, we can tell he's weaving back and forth from the sort of pattern. He had a bit of trouble here and there. We can see some spatter that got trapped underneath of the slag. It seems like, what the fuck? I'm trying to remember what happened there. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, yes. Some spatter popped over and fucking got it after I had knocked it off. And then I gave that spatter a knock. Yeah. Bottom line, good enough weld. It passed X-ray. I asked you all to tell me what was wrong with this picture of a weld that was getting magged. Now, there are a lot of things that could be inferred from this. For one, I can straight up see a black dot there and there. If there were problems, I'd be looking for those colors and those shapes. We're talking weird bumps, uneven sections. Wef was smart enough to point out, hey, they clearly fucking, like, these parts are smooth. Welds typically aren't fucking smooth, so something happened there. And he's right. There was porosity pretty badly on these, and they did grind it off. It is pretty uneven. Yeah. Now, this Olette was a posi upside down. Or not upside down, but it was a posi on its side like that. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and like this, I should have gotten a picture of how this was laid out. They only had a couple feet in between this pipe and the fucking wall. Like, they really should have moved this for the weld, but they didn't. Welder made it work. My complaint is not with the weld. My complaint is just that a bunch of spatter and welding dust, but that you can brush out, but some spatter got popped in and hardened in the threads. And it took some time with a thread chaser to get it out. Yeah. Wef made a very good point there. And yeah. X-ray is not infallible. Take a look at this weld. X-ray told us there is porosity at surface level. X-ray did not specifically say surface level, but... And this is ground out before they took the shot. Do you see any air bubbles? Now, for the record, it was porosity that was noted, but it was still within tolerance, so they were like, fuck it. They could have claimed some, like, fucking lack of fusion on the side here. They didn't. Granted, looking at the film, it was pretty good. Like, it definitely looks a bit uglier from the top, but no, the film itself was pretty solid. Yeah. And can you spot and identify the weld defect? I asked this of you guys. It's not letting me move to the side, so I guess we're going to have to pop around like this. Doesn't matter, though. It's center of the screen. Slag inclusions here, here, and here. And having looked at it, and we cleaned out, this proved to be correct. I see it with it zoomed, yeah. Granted, our X-ray reader is... excuse me. It's definitely showing its age. Like, it still works fucking good, but there's times where you sit there and you're like, fuck, man, can we get a new one? There's some more X-ray that I did want to show you, but I was requested not to post multiple, so that's the extent I can do. And sometimes with X-ray, you'll get stuff where, like, at one point, we saw this weird dark mark that it almost looked like a J. And it was in the overlap zone. So let's say if this film did 1 to 4, the other film might do 4 to 8 or whatever, or 4 to 7, like something like that. So we could see that weird J film, that J shape on one of them, but we couldn't on the other. And they marked it down in the X-ray report as film mark. Literally just saying, hey, the film got a little wacky. It's not supposed to do that. So you'll see something, but it's not an actual, thing with the weld. Additionally, yeah, you can tell which parts of this weld, and even even the base metals, which is thicker or thinner. The whiter it is, the lighter it is, the more dense the material is. Or the more material there is. So this weld, it goes up and above the main surface, so it's going to naturally be brighter than the others. And that slag, that's a lot less dense material, so when the X-ray shoots through with it, we can see, hey, this part here provides a lot less resistance to it. So that's how it makes the shapes, from what I'm told. And that means we can kind of tell. Now, granted, this is an imperfect piece of X-ray, and the picture quality isn't the best. But we can definitely see that this area of pipe is a bit thinner than what's down here. And our X-ray machine also has a little pen thing, and you can press it, and it'll tell you, like, the, you calibrate it with the light itself, and then it'll tell you a value of, like, 0 to 4 or something. And so, depending on how big that number, that's, you know, holy fuck, I can't talk. It helps you measure the density if your eyes are having trouble. That's what I'm attempting to say. Yeah. And with Wef saying, hey, it was wrongly marked. That didn't happen with this one. It happened with multiple others. Like, it is oddly common for it to have mistakes. Let's see what else we got. We can update policies if you guys really want that. We can fucking... Fuck, what can we do? Sure. No, don't say sure to the most boring fucking idea I have. You've still got some youth in you. You gotta hold on to that. Don't be like, yeah, we can look over the tax documents. No. I'm the boring one, not you. You guys give me hope by being less boring. And then I'm like, hey, I spent several hours. Holy!
Boy. I'm the one who wins!
I forgot I turned the volume way up. I'm going to keep that up. That was funny. No, don't you apologize. I fucking needed that. That was funny. But yeah. Fuck, what was I gonna do? We could go through, we could make a proper list of the equipment, or specifically the armor, for a 3rd Battalion foot soldier. Yeah, we could update the policies, update the YouTube rules, because I found the spot where you actually put in the chat rules. And then I can just be like, hey, don't be dumb. Also, we don't do timeouts typically. Unless I think removing you from the community permanently would be negatively affecting me. Which typically isn't the case. I think anyone who's a member I would only time out because I'm a, I like money. But at the same time, Ooh, my blood is fucking boiling right now. Birthday's in 16 days. Nice. You're gonna be a man soon, and then you'll have to go to war. Wait, that's topical nowadays. Fuck. Okay, never mind. You won't have to go to war. You'll join the 3rd Battalion. And then you'll probably get badly injured. And then you'll probably get made into a negotiator. And then you'll fucking die. Are you gonna buy another suit of armor like last year for my birthday? I pronounced the word might wrongly in this accent. I don't know what this accent's based on. A part of me wanted it to be Scottish, but I've never actually heard a Scottish person speaking English, and now I'm gonna go into a very different accent. Now I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. See, you've done this to me. I'm a fucked up individual now. Oh, and then we're going back to Scottish. Can that happen? If Blackthorn dies, he can just be a negotiator. No. That can only be made from living tissue. So if Blackthorn is badly wounded, then you have to fucking... Oh, who's Craig Ferguson? Is he Scottish? I hope so. Anyways, you have to have living subjects to forcibly mangle into the form you need. I'm answering questions in accents. Well, any time that I fucking stop and start thinking, I get angry. Wow. I need to not think. Guys, how do I not think? What do we do to not think? Wilco, do you know of any other trucks that go under bridges that damage things? I know we went through the can opener bridge for a while, and that was actually a lot of fucking fun. Do we have any other things like that that exist? Not necessarily bridges, but like just camera footage of stuff where, you know, you're not going to think that somebody's badly injured or anything, but you do want to have a moment where you think, wow, dude fucked up. He's a Scottish comedian! He was Gobber the Belch. Oh my. I fucking love Gobber the Belch. I loved him in the books. He was a cunt, but he was a good cunt. Not really. He was kind of just a shitty guy. Initially. You kind of warm up to him after a while, but... I love how fucked the movies are when you think of them as an adaptation of the books. As their own thing, I quite enjoy them. But as a kid who read the books, I was just like, Toothless is actually a garden variety dragon. He's not actually that strong. Also, the fucking... The dragons talk in this weird baby talk sort of fucking thing that Hiccup's learned. A rabbit, if I remember correctly, is a squeaky snack. Yeah, Toothless was this shitty little thing. And then Hiccup was like, fuck, he's actually a toothless daydream. And they're like, wow, that's fucking crazy. And then the first book ended with a weird vor sequence. And the sequel, How to Be a Pirate, was oddly fucking solid. Weird, but oddly solid. What? The sequel was pretty solid. I know, the second one was called How to Be a Pirate. And then the titles just got stranger and stranger. Actually, I think they... Let's see. Oh, yeah. How to Train Your Dragon, and then... Yeah, because the book my mom got me initially was How to Speak Dragonese. And then when we found... Like, I actually looked in it, and it wasn't a guide, it was a story. I was like, what? That's weird. So then she got How to Train Your Dragon, and then I was trying to figure out how to Train Your Dragon turned into How to Speak Dragonese. Can you read that on stream? Unfortunately not, although that would be fucking excellent. How to Fight a Dragon's Fury. How to Train Your Viking. Hiccup the Viking who was seasick. I think the last book in the story, or in the series that I read, was How to Break a Dragon's Heart. And then I looked at How to Steal a Dragon's Sword in chapters, and then I didn't pick it up. Yeah. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock 3. He's the son of the Hairy Hooligan tribe. Good memories. You think it's in the past and you're over them. What would happen if I said your name? Oh. So, bows or crossbows for the 3rd Battalion? Now, crossbows, unless you get the really fucking big ones, are typically a lot weaker than like something like a longbow. But a bow takes a lot of practice to do well, and a lifetime of practice to do excellent. But it's very easy to tell some dude you just picked up, hey, take this up, point and click, and you do have to show them how to reload it, typically. Well, tell you how they want it to sound because it's their character. Yeah. Bows because of the short you showed us. Well, I tuned into the dude you just picked up. Well, pick up some dudes. It's your life. But no, Wef, that whole thing is, the thought process of it is that crossbows do not have the sheer stopping power that they're typically depicted as having. However, the flip side of it is it's a lot of fucking years of training needed for bows. But a crossbow, you can get a guy with passable performance in a matter of weeks, and he can be pretty fucking solid in a month or two. Of course, a bow is typically easier to manufacture, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to say that we have both. But I think crossbows should be our dominant. And then you have, like, longbowmen for if you need something that'll actually make a dent in armor. Again, not necessarily kill, but you hit someone. Crossbows are a lot harder to draw than movies make them look. Yeah, but crossbows typically compensate for that by having a lever, or the really big ones have a winch. And they have the stirrup at the bottom that you put your foot through, so you get to leverage the strength of your leg with the strength of your arms. Or the strength of your lever. Or the winch. I don't like the winch because the horror stories I have read of it, if any of those pieces malfunctions. With medieval steel, I don't fully trust it. I don't think you need to be a weld inspector to know that their steel might not have had consistent quality in QC. One second. Ow. I just fucking hit my microphone. Okay, how do I do this? Oh god. Nope. You're absolutely right, Shram. Like, and bows can output a lot more, like, volume of fire. Like, you can get shots out faster with a bow, typically. Now, repeating crossbows did end up, like, existing, but, shut up. And also, they came with their own, issues. The whistling from the video scared the shit out of me. Yeah, sorry about that. I need to make another one of these. I meant to last year, and I don't know. I didn't. The bridge on my guitar is starting to get an owie. Debate amounts to general squad versus specialized squad. Kind of comes down to mission requirements. Yes. Yeah. So, we've established 3rd Battalion for their patties. They're going to, or yeah, for their leg armor, they're going to have patties. Then we could do some sort of knee protection. Pauline, yeah. Please ensure ankle protection. Red North can't be out of commission for 7 months. Well, if it's any consolation, patties typically do provide solid ankle support. Excuse me. So, Sabaton, we will not be having Sabatons for any of our non-heavy, non-cavalry guys. This is a fucking frogmouth helm. It's about to be 8 months. Yeah. We will not have greaves for our regular soldiers. We could just have, like, cheap Paulians. I don't start putting actual weight on my foot till Thursday. Fuck. Could have... Do we want creases? Also, yes. Well, do we do creases? Or do we just do a chain skirt? Like, don't get me wrong, cuisses would definitely be a lot more protective. But... And chainmail is not cheap or simple or quick to make. However, how heavily armored are we talking? General footmen. Now, I want to make it clear, general footmen in history
Don't fuck with me, girly pop.
would not fuck with me, girly pop. But also, they wouldn't have a lot. Our guys are gonna have a lot more, because at the end of the day, this is fantasy. I want guys in fucking metal armor. I want guys to look cool, and look cool doing shit. Goddamn right. Should find artists to draw them. Yeah. Well, that's part of why I want to get this fucking design down. Because then I can get an artist, get Ledger drawn up, and then from that, we can kind of, you know? Now, one idea that I want to pitch to you guys, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but what if we have certain parts of the uniform that don't have full regulations on? For example, we could have multiple approved helmet designs. An example of an English soldier. I don't know, man. English foot soldiers. I need to find one with a reputable source. I don't want fucking stock images. Do. Yes, what I want is a fucking AI image to give me... historical, medieval... Yeah, okay, 1 second. Tell me to log in, you greedy bastards. Or not. Knights and mobility, except for tabards. Okay, that's just how to fucking... No. Fuck it, we'll go Wikipedia on this. Man-at-Arms was Heavily armored cavalry. That's not what I want. Fuck me. Yeah, no, I don't want the AI mode. This looks promising. Full plate would be expensive to outfit the entire third with. Yeah, full plate is not an option. Especially because a lot of the work they do is on the march. Like, they're constantly moving. And we've neglected the use of horses mainly because I find horses scary. So we just don't fucking have them a lot of the time. Every member, Burgess or the Freeman, 1181, was compelled to wear an armor composed of an iron helmet and a chain hauberk, or if they couldn't afford it, at least a gambeson. Helmet, coat of mail, quilted defenses made of folds of linen that were hard to penetrate. They used a round shield back then. We will not be using round shields. We have heaters. That picture would be perfect. Gambeson with tough leather, splint, metal layers, or strapped on extras. Yeah, like... Guys, I'm a fucking idiot. I genuinely forgot don't think a plate carrier is going to make a good translation. Oh yeah, like this is a modified 3rd Battalion outfit. For example, these fucking van braces are for archers only. Pedals isn't an archer, but he has to buy his shirts a bit too big because he has broad shoulders, so he needs something to tuck the sleeves in. Fuck, I feel dumb right now. Broad shoulders gang. Fuck yeah, brother. Everyone's telling me I look like I'm always wearing my dad's clothes. I don't really have a Wait, Teutonic Knights! Guess what fucking surcoat I'm wearing? Now, I will say, Petal. Sabrina just said it looks like a dress. Buddy, you ever heard of a fucking surcoat? It's a battle dress. Then made a Pope shirt joke. For God and glory, you punk. Whoa, what the fuck? Due to malfriction, the knight could not wear ordinary clothes under the armor, no matter how skilled the armor was. A very strong fabric was required. This material is mentioned in contemporary records as fustian. That's one hell of a fucking coincidence. Now, to be fair, this is Petal's, like, the 3rd Battalion outfit without the armor parts. Because Petals could not get those through an airport. He also can't get a vest like this through an airport, but they're typically easy to find on whatever country he's in's local eBay. So he just does that. It's not a real plate carrier, it's an airsoft plate carrier. Are the plates made of air then? I mean, look at my dress sway. There's got to be some air. But no, we do need to have... What is Kumail again? Hanged over the surcoat. Oh. Petals doesn't wear the Kumail because he doesn't like the clinky sound behind his head. My question is, what sort of, on the arms, we need some sort of armor. Don't get me wrong, we don't actually want a lot. Unless you were in a lot of plate, mobility was typically preferred. But, you know... For quite a long time, infantry and light troops were left to arm themselves as best they could, depending on their financial means. And most of the time, these were scarce. Any opportunity to improve an infantryman armor for cheap was welcome. The foot archers at Agincourt were left to pick up any kind of helmet, bassinet, or cap, whether a leather or iron, and any sidearms, simply because they were mostly without armor, except a simple pourpoint. For them to go to war, only bows and arrows and stakes were mandatory. As victors, it was time to equip themselves to a higher standard. The old equipment was quickly considered obsolete and was relegated to be used as infantry armor. So if this is to be believed, then it would genuinely make sense for our guys to have a slightly kit-bashed thing where if you're a new guy, you're getting whatever's in the fucking closet. Like, we'll give you a set of armor that'll fit, but that's what you get. That's what you're fucking getting. And anything that we take, we'll just fucking slap a 3rd Battalion patch on. Ah? How does that sound? Sherman tanks. Wait, is that what they fucking did? Were Sherman tanks just made of fucking scavenged metal? Or what? If that's the case, that's cool as shit. Excuse me. They fought at Kreshy. Very heavy equipment. World War II, they didn't hold up to the weaponry to German tanks. Okay. Yeah. So they rolled off the line with whatever armor was designated. I like where this is going. I'm going to take a drink of water. And on the front lines, pardon the caps, but the troops added whatever scrap they could find to up armor the tank. That is actually fucking great. I think I would like to have something similar with the 3rd. What if we make it so that the armor specification, like I might have to make an actual armor spec for them. But what if we make it so the requirements are the green squaddies come in with the base armor, 3rd squaddies get what they can from the community grab bin. Yeah, and then like when you get to an officer rank, like they can issue you a proper uniform. But I think yes, I like that idea. And then hypothetically, if I make a armor code with it, that's like you need these parts of your body covered and like you need to have the 3rd Battalion's logo on like the shoulder, the breast, and maybe back of the helmet or something like that. And then of course, like, you know, that would be fucking I like don't get me wrong, it does make it seem a lot less unified, but then you do have to snap back to reality and realize that's how the fucking to clearly identify you. Yes. And like that's how our fucking industry works. The company will provide you with your basic PPE. But if you go and you get your own shit, as long as it still as long as it still conforms to the standards, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. Ah? And then it could be like, hey, each division has their thing. Like, people with different tasks may customize similarly. Yes! For example, Petals was part of a medic brigade sort of thing. So, Robin Swords Channel or Marcus Vance, mercenary companies were allowed a certain amount of salvage from battles they fought in as part of their contracts. Yes! Now, granted, 3rd Battalion specializes in fucking people over in contracts. So we definitely get a decent amount of salvage. But yes, that is fucking perfect. I don't know where to put this in the lore section, so I'm just gonna throw it in the 3rd Battalion meta right now. And I'm just going to say, like, official armor provided. One set. Oh, wait. Short boots. One set. Blue wool / hemp. That's not a slash. Petits. People operating the trebuchet may forego something, but they need better gloves and armor. Scouts might drop shiny metal in favor of something smaller. Yes! Fuck yes! They will have one set of work gloves. Leather work gloves. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what the fuck you say. Gloves are fucking important. Like, especially if you're doing... I mean, if you're working with rotating equipment, maybe fucking not. But if you're dealing with sharp shit, or brushwork, or anything like that, hot work, or, you know, combat, I'm gonna put helm, and then in brackets, surplus. Casually rediscovering class-specific armor. Well, to be fair, that's a thing in real life. You dress to the hazards associated with your task. As somebody who did mercenary adjacent work without gloves, I will agree that gloves are important. That raises so many questions that I'm aware would be impolite of me to ask you in public right now. But you've just made your backstory, whether that's in character or as a person, you have made yourself very interesting. As if you weren't already. You fucking were, for the record. I'm bad with words right now. But yeah! What is the other stuff? Fuck, what? We need one... We need a surcoat. Do we... No, I don't know if a surcoat would be the right... Gambazin, that's the fucking word. having an odd time with words the past couple of days, so I get it. Yeah. So, I'm going to make the call that, yeah, the short boots are whatever. It's whatever's available in the area. The blue patties will be made specifically for the 3rd by the 3rd or whatever. Once leather work gloves, whatever's available. The helm, I'm going to say that they fucking almost exclusively use like reclaimed helms and that for recruits. So like you join up and they're like, here's your kit. And you get it, and there's this fucking helmet that has a fucking hole in the back of it. And a badly buffed out blood stain. Kettle hats. Man, kettle hats are fucking awesome. They don't look as badass as I wish, but I mean, my Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance always wears one. Little bit of hair too. Oh god. And then the Gambazin just has like the company logo. Part of me wants it plastered all over it, but we'd look so fucking dumb, so we won't have that. Easy to make, but definitely not new. Yeah. Okay, so that deals with feet and shins. Knees, I'm not going to worry about knees unless you're a frontliner. And even then, it's going to be like, hey, as long as you're in formation and sticking to the plan, you shouldn't need that armor anyways. And then they all die. But that's not the point. I'll say it's a long Gambazin. I did not mean to send that. We got hands. We've got arms and legs. Or arms and chest. Got helm. Actually, I think that might be fucking it. Oh, we should probably have the actual weapons and shit that are provided. Now, I think we'll have like 3 different sets. So like one will be a pole arm, one will be one-handed and shield, and then one will be a crossbowman. You could also have the logo be one of those short half capes that go over the shoulder. So I can wear any sort of armor, but still have an easily distributable... That's a good idea! Oh, I fucking love those two. One design that I'm fucking in love with is the fucking tattered cape that only goes... Like, is it the scout armor in Halo Reach? The one that June has. Okay, it is the one that June has, but it... okay, well, this action figure really doesn't do it justice. But, like, having a fucking slight hood that's, I don't know, or like a little sash that's done here. This is a better. Okay, never mind. It's not a better picture. There. Like, it's, I fucking love that sort of thing. And when I picture Ledger, I genuinely do picture him having either something like that or like the remnants of a sash or something. Like, he still looks respectable, but at the same time, like, you can tell that his kit's been through, it's been through fights. Yeah, I'm gonna edit this to say 5x they get given 5 stitch-on logos. And then, like, you'll see helmets and shit where they've just scratched it in. I'm back, y'all. Hey, Meg, we've come up with the official armor provided to recruits. And we've come up with the official rules, which is we're a fucking mercenary company. So your kit's your kit. When you're an officer, you'll get some nicer shit. When you're a general, your stuff will be catered to. But realistically, you get what you fucking get. And you find what you fucking find. And that helps with the whole fucking D&D aspect of it, because now when the players are in it, it's not like, oh, you guys are so special, you don't have to follow standard military issue or fucking whatever. It's, no, you keep what you kill. This is Chronicles of Riddick, baby. Riddick's showing up in my streams a lot lately. So, polearm. One of my friends just got hacked. Don't invite them to the server. Riddick? Yeah, Riddick. Vin Diesel movie. Really, or two, technically 3 Vin Diesel movies. And a prequel video game called Escape from Butcher Bay. I like Bill Hooks. Although, am I thinking of a Gisarm for the one that I really like? Yeah, no, it's not. I'm just gonna call it a Bill Hooks spear. 1. Compound, recurve, and reverse draw. Let's just go medieval crossbow types. Pole arm? No, pole is no arm. The weapon should... halberd. Fuck, Ledger is canonically trained in the halberd. Yes, it should be a fucking halberd. You are right. We'll say, like, you know, if a halberd's like, a halberd is like our thing, but if you don't have them, you get a pointy stick. Crossbows. Why did I get out of that? I really needed to fucking... Sickle-shaped heads to cut rope or rigging? That's not true. That's a fucking myth. Okay, judging by that, I trust the site fairly less. Excuse me. Get your own crossbow on eBay. Are you fucking kidding me? Also, this book, Swords and Artist's Devotion, I had as a kid. It's actually very nice. Not sponsored, but it's nice. I'm just gonna put a light crossbow. A goat's foot is a cocking lever for your crossbow. We're gonna just say surplus bolts. Okay. And our footman. Hi, Paige. We're talking about footmen. It's not what you think. No, we're just gonna... Fuck, what weapon would they actually give their footmen? I'm gonna say 1x. Footwear. No, shut the fuck up. Some sort of gladius or arming sword. It's just swords are fucking expensive and hard to train people with. So it's spray bottle. Maybe a hatchet. I'm thinking I'm gonna give the archers a hand axe. Maybe... Looks at the end of your legs. Ah! My hips! Some sort of club. I think some sort of blunt weapon is what we're gonna go with. I'm just realizing now, like, the archer gets the best deal here if I do this. How feasible would the full auto crossbow from Van Helsing be in your world? Apparently, it's gas operated to run the pistons and gears, so maybe some sort of air enchantment? That's a good question. Archers would be the most highly trained. That is true. It all comes back to farts, doesn't it? No, we're... God damn it. They are not farting into their crossbows. That's a sentence I should never have to say. I'm gonna say 1x. Yeah, we'll say a chain shirt. And it'll be surplus. No farts. Sorry, man. We're only in defeat here. I hate this so much. Anyways, the footmen should have historical medieval clubs. Like we Oh man. We could do trench clubs. I know, Payne. I'm making a joke. I think we're going to do a fucking spike trench club. There we go. Recruits, if you want to be an archer, you need a paid deposit. Your crossbow is a rental. Refundable upon death or victory, whichever comes first. Yeah, like... we won't be too scummy to our guys. We'll say it's refundable upon return of the crossbow. And yeah, if you die, then sucks to suck. Ah, yeah. I am going to say one chain skirt surplus not guaranteed. So the polearm, you get a halberd or a spear. You get a fucking chain shirt to go over your gambesson so it doesn't get cut up as much. You get your utility blade. I feel like the polearm needs a little something, but at the same time, The archer needs a paid deposit for the crossbow, but you get a crossbow, a goat's foot, some bolts, and a hand axe. And footman, you get your spike club, wooden heater shield, and a utility blade. I'm going to say that the... I don't know. No, I won't. Do we like these? I feel like the polearm is getting shafted. No pun intended. In what way? Like, I don't know. The footman... no. No, I'm overthinking it. The archer straight up has to pay for their kit. The footman gets an easy replaceable spike trench club, so if anything bad happens to it, it's like fucking whatever. And they get a shield. And then the polearm, they get just their halberd and a chain shirt. I don't know. Should we give them... Excuse me. Giving everyone a dagger as part of the standard equipment, plus the utility knife. The utility blade, I'm going to say, is usable as a dagger. Like, it's essentially a dagger, yeah. I know when someone says a utility knife, we think, like, box cutters. This is a stabby. Billhook, halberd, or some comparable polearm. Yep. We got the halberd. And then, like, if you break it, or if they don't have any fucking halberds, then they give you a spear and tell you to shut up. Give them the hatchet, make them the engineers. What? But I do agree we should give them... They need something for up close. And trying to fight someone who's coming at you using your fucking stabby thing, you can do it, it's just you won't do it well. Roman infantry style. Fair enough. So, when I say that this is what we get as recruits, do you guys believe that, like, this sounds sarcastic, I don't mean it as that, this is a genuine question. Do you believe that if I put you guys into another mission, and you were given an army solely consisting of this basic polearm loadout, this basic archer loadout, and this basic footman loadout, they would be able to win a battle? We're not thinking of, like, you know, they're going up outnumbered or anything. Like, in a fair, solid fight, do you believe that they would have the ability to win? Feel like a hand axe or some sort of short sword seems like a good backup for the archer crossbowman. I agree. Hand axe. No negotiators or magicians. Typically, you don't hire someone on for the purpose of turning them into a negotiator. At least not yet. That might happen if you're a really fucked up individual. And no magicians? Yeah, the third... I'm still trying to figure out how the magic system's going to work in this world, because, like, I have it so that the negotiators are self-sustaining when it comes to magic. But I don't want... I don't know, I don't like the idea of, yeah, you just generate magic. You just do that. But it would partially make sense, because then it's like, hey, they're made up of multiple people, so now that magic that would be generated by the rest of them can now be used to, you know, sustain this fucking massive body. Alternatively, there could be like some fucking rune stones or something. A physical item that contains the energy necessary for what we know as magic. And you can draw from that. I have some theories on that. I am down to hear them, because, like, as it stands, yeah. The most I have with it is, excuse me, hearkening back to old science fiction, and I don't know, like, the healing magic in this is completely, not completely, but it is largely interchangeable with electromancy or electric magic. Brandon Sanderson's Laws of Magic. Let's look it up. First law. An author's ability to solve conflict with magic is directly proportional to how well the reader understands said magic. Yep. If you do not set out clear expectations, you cannot have, well, a fucking expected result. Second law. Limitations are more important than powers. In other words, from what I'm thinking of, you need to be able to... It's what I say. You don't give a power you can't take away. Like if you're like, holy shit, you can fucking heal people all the time. Okay, that's cool. If you don't put some limitations on it, there aren't stakes. If you just say, yeah, no, this guy can just cast Fireball repeatedly. Okay, why the fuck is he not spamming it for the entire fight? The negotiators. If this doesn't just apply to magic, like this can be a general concept. Now that I'm reading this, like, negotiators, if they're the fucking solution to combat, then other than social taboo-ness of it, why are they not being utilized everywhere? Hello, Chocomello. How are you? Third law. Expand what you already have before you add something new. This is very fucking generic advice. It's good advice, but it is very generic. Oh, that's it? Okay. An author's ability to solve conflict with literally anything is directly proportional to how well the reader understands that thing. And then expand what you already have before you add something new? Yeah. So as to make your system... Oh, to not make your system his. Okay. Okay, now that I'm reading it like that does... That's fair. The first and third I consider to be common sense, although I'm very aware that they're typically ignored by stuff, to my knowledge. But yeah. Limitation over power. If magic is rare, it's either powerful or hard to understand. If it's common, it's relatively mundane. And with the parity of industrialization that I have for this, I cannot make magic common, because otherwise we're going to have fucking boiler systems that are powered by heat mages taking shifts. And like the whole fucking concept of, you know, using coal for shit and that entire supply train for forging and, again, for later on steam generation. If you can just use dudes that just do that, then you're just gonna do that. And if they're everywhere, fuck it. Sure. So, when I was initially drafting up the world with this, when I was initially writing around in this sort of world, my initial thought was, I don't know, I was thinking at the time, blood types. If you got the fucking rarest blood type, then boom, you're capable of magic. And if you don't, you're fucked. I don't know entirely how I feel about that. Because while I like the idea of, you know, like, if someone does everything fucking right, they should be able to succeed in it. But like, you get characters like Ledger from casters to enchanters. Like, we explicitly do have enchanted items, and we do have, like, combat casters and healers. But yeah, like, we could have... Maybe that's a separate style of thing. But yeah, part of my... Part of why I do want to lock... What's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers? A kilogram of steel, because it'll cost you significantly more and you don't care about birds. Anyways, the part of the reason I want to lock magic behind some sort of birthright is because otherwise people like Ledger would be all over that shit. Enchanted objects have a low turnaround, material cost, highly trained things going on where offensive casters might be able to throw fireballs, but it's for a few minutes a day before they're wiped out. I like the first half of that. Fuck yes. I think having enchanted weapons and objects where the spell, even if you cast it fucking right, has a massive chance of failure still. I like that idea. Like, if you do it right and you get lucky, that second part's important, then you'll have something pretty solid. But an industrialized fucking company like the Third will be like, okay, well, we need to have a fucking massive manufacturing thing set up to make an actual profit off of this, or, a decent return of some sort. And we're not going to get that because casters are rare enough as is. With offensive casters, my issue with there's a, like, they can only do so much before they're wiped out. I agree that something like that should be present. My problem is that it ends up doing shit like, oh, mathematically, you would be, like, out of ammunition, so to speak. But then he tries extra hard and puts the last of his power into it and does a big boom that saves everyone. And it's like, no, I don't like that. I fucking hate that, to be honest. Like, I genuinely, I want some sort of quantifiable number to it. Whether it's you need the physical, yeah, if every spell has a material cost, that would make sense. Anyone has the ability to learn magic, but most people can only get a weak form of it. Those who get lucky enough have the power to use it like an actual mage. Okay. There's an anime with a good take of healing magic that I think meshes with Negotiators too. I'm leery about leaning too much into pop culture for it before someone ends up thinking I'm trying to steal shit from them. Part of me... Okay, I I understand that the concept of blood magic isn't exactly fucking new. And it's edgy as shit. But what if each spell has a sort of blood cost to it? Like it converts some sort of energy in your blood to that. And so we have, well, I don't mean like, oh, he fucking cuts his hand and it goes pew. I mean like as he casts a spell, it passively he's actually actively losing blood. And so if you fucking like in the case I'm talking about, it's less about magic healing and more magic accelerating a body's healing. Giving yourself anemia to cast lightning bolt. That would literally be it. And then that would, I mean, it would work into the idea of spell slots, because it's like, hey, after a day, you've had enough time. It consumes raw flesh to accelerate regrowth. Yes. Like, then we have a solid actual cost to it, where it's, you know, if you run out of blood, you fucking die. But your body will naturally regenerate over time. Then it also builds into the whole, like, maybe with learning the magic more efficiently makes you able to use more of it with using less of your own blood. So the concept of levels. I'm not trying to gamify it. I'm just realizing that it works with that. And then, yeah, your caster gets increasingly tired as they're casting because they're, you know, their blood pressure fucking drops. Cantrips and maybe first level spells are common enough that everyone knows about it and with training can learn them, but higher level mages are rare. I think you guys are right. Okay, I'm going to canonize some of what we've said. Each spell costs a specific amount of, not specific, but costs blood proportional to the power of the spell, inversely affected by the skill of the wielder. In that such basic magic theory isn't a terrifying unknown, but not everyone has the capacity to actually put it to use. Yeah. You know what? Making it blood-based works with my blood type idea. So what's the rarest blood type again? Is it O negative? Golden blood. Okay, shut up. Would drinking alcohol impact the potency or chance of a spell going wrong? I'd say yes. It would allow for magic adept without breaking your world building much. I think you're fucking right. I'd hesitate on the blood-based cost because someone's going to figure out how to go full necromancer and drain armies. Well then... do we lean into the idea of life being an energy of its own? And then, as someone fucking... excuse me. As someone dies, then that blood is just... it's just a liquid. But the blood carries that sort of life energy. Now, one could misconstrue that as being, oh, blood. The thing is oxygen, which honestly would kind of... that would be cool. Blood types ranked by rarity. Blood transfusion meta. Yes and no. Ah, fuck. That means doing O negative would not be good because that's universal donor, and that would just straight up mean that that would be fucking blood transfusion meta. That... fuck, you're right. Using hit die as a spellcasting resource instead of spell slots. I would say that would be an optional house rule. Like, realistically, yes, but at the end of the day, some people just want to play D&D. Not only do you have to have a special marker, but something has to happen to you to activate the ability to use magic. I don't know. And survive. I don't know. Wouldn't that just be the X gene from X-Men? Thing happening to you to unlock the magic. I don't know if we want something that's unlocking it. Like, it... I don't know. Okay, B positive. Or A negative. There we go. AB plus is the universal recipient. But that would just mean you could fucking feed the spellcaster blood. I'm throwing ideas from my personal spreadsheet. That's fair. Okay. Oh wait, that will work because the blood they receive will not be from AB positive is universal recipient, so they can get it, but they can only donate to other AB positive individuals. So the spellcasters can only help each other. No one wants to go down the spellcasters or vampires thing. Yeah. So if a spellcaster wanted a blood transfusion, they could get blood from other people, but it's not going to have that same energy thingy that their blood type would have. Now, I'm aware that linking this to a scientific prospect that I don't fully understand and am not trained with is probably a bad idea. But it is cool. You know? Okay, this chart's saying that AB positive can give to everyone. What the fuck? Oh, for plasma and platelets, they can be given to all blood types, but red blood cell, they can only do it. Which would be the oxygenated thing. I'm doing it. Only people with... I'll keep it vague, but, like, because I genuinely do not understand that stuff enough. We will elaborate on it further if needed later on. Can use magic. This fact is unknown to the third. And that is just so that if someone would want to multi-class, then it's not like, oh, fuck. I'm the wrong fucking blood type. I literally can't be a spellcaster. Or I'm gonna say use magic effectively. But then with this, it's like, oh shit. No, my blood type's compatible. Cool. Um... Um... No, that's a stupid equation. Blood efficiency is equal to blood volume. That's the inverse of the skill. That would explain why someone like A can use low-level magic for cooking, but not to the effect that the Voltmen do. Yes! Magic can be used by incompatible blood types, but will cost them much more volume. So it is dangerous to attempt magic without training and testing first. And then I'll put negotiators produce blood at an astounding rate, which their body... I'm not going to put the negotiator thing yet, because I haven't fully thought up how it would work. Because they would need something in there to tell the body, hey, you're actively fucking rotting, so just keep making more flesh. And hey, things are fucking wrong with you, just keep making more. Practicing magic can reduce the volume of blood used for spellcasting. Enchanting items is a time-consuming and expensive process that does not reliably produce a usable product. Some negotiators can use magic. That would be fucking horrifying. Maybe some can't use it with power beyond that of a normal person, but others can, because they've been fully exsanguinated. That is a solid idea. Can you fucking imagine Charlie Fulthus walking out onto the battlefield and he can't say any fucking magic words or anything, but like doing a fucking gesture and then blasting a fucking fireball at someone and then turning around and starting to eat mangoes from a can. This is now canon. Fucking 16-year-old me would be so fucking proud. You know what? 25-year-old me is fucking proud too. Lore-wise, they're made from the flesh of the dead. The flesh of the dying. He just kamehamehas the fuckers before mango time. Like, I love the whole concept of him. I love it when really big and scary guys have some cute little thing they like. And since Charlie was and is a grown man with the psychology of a grown man, I figure it wouldn't make sense for him to like carry around a doll or something. Don't get me wrong, I like my stuffed animals. It's just if I was a hardened mercenary, it would be a little out of place. But someone liking good fucking food, that humanizes people. Because that's like, no matter who you are on this fucking earth, no matter what you value, no matter what you believe, we all need to fucking eat. And something that tastes fucking good is something that can be appreciated by anyone. A very sad idea for Charlie. Say it. Is it letters to his family? Because don't worry. Ledger's been feeding them lies for a while. Maybe the doll belonged to the kid of the main body used to make him. So the kid of the actual Charlie. Well, I was just saying the doll thing as a possible thing, but it is true that yeah, he might have had a fucking family. But if he had a wife, then you guys just fucking violated another piece of the painting code. Because no applicators may be married. It says it right in the spec. Actually, does it say should or shall? Shall. That's binding. You better hope that Charlie isn't married. And if he is, you better convince his wife to get a divorce. On the bright side, I don't think the client checked that. I'm going to be honest, guys. I came into this stream tonight feeling really shitty. And while that is still residual, we've done some things that I have wanted to have an official answer to for a long time. And I really do appreciate you guys helping me with this. If he was married, you would know you would have been invited. Oh my god. Rudimentary computer using the magic mouth of glyph warding and a series of yes-no operations. Oh my god. That sounds fucking crazy. It's like the peasant rail cannon. I think that if we start making a rudimentary computer and automating things, that's going to be fucking crazy. Like that, there might be a stream or maybe a non-canon section where we go with some of these, hey, really fucked up, or not fucked up, but these ideas that end up completely breaking whatever system we've set up. I'd keep it non-canon because I'd like to have something afterwards, but negotiators are powered by magical ChatGPT. I mean, negotiators were initially supposed to be a metaphor for being replaced by machines, so, you know, it actually works out pretty fucking well if that were the case. They're no longer that because I've grown attached to Charlie quite a bit. But yeah, no, initially it was cuz you know, you look at fucking while I don't fully hold the opinion of AI being the Antichrist, it's still, at the end of the day, any idea it has is stitched together from everything you've fed it. Everything that a negotiator is stitched together from the dying carcasses of whoever you sacrificed for it. And that's either really clever or really edgy. That makes us getting attached to Charlie like cops getting attached to the bomb disposal robot. Initially, yes. Now that Charlie, I've made it canon that Charlie actually fully thinks like a human and he's just, you know, incapable of expressing things as well. It's less like that. But yes, initially, that is exactly what it was. Nowadays, Charlie's just one of the boys. We make the rules, motherfuckers. And the rules say our Mango Man is a man indeed. In case someone digs us up in 5 years, that wasn't a statement in support of AI, and I would hope that my whole metaphor of human carcasses being stitched together to create an unholy amalgamation that we puppet to serve our own fucking purposes would be a little bit of a tip-off. A bit hyperbolic, but still. Yeah. Oh. Genuinely, thank you guys. I needed that a lot. Mango-based alcohol. I don't think you should be giving a negotiator alcohol. I think that's the worst idea you've ever fucking had. Surely part of the story must be the higher-ups taking it to the logical step and making negotiators without consciousness and just drones, and us doing something about it. And initially, Leo, that is what was happening. Now, I did sideline that because, well, to be honest, I got attached to Ledger. And I ended up making the story more about him than the metaphor I initially intended it to be. Also, Leo, there's a chance that what you've said might have spoiled part of the campaign, but you know what? If you guys are able to guess it, then you guys are able to predict it. So, that's valid. Because what Ledger did was, with the second siege of Valheim, quote-unquote, proved that they were a volatile, or rather an unreliable form of labor, and that the cost of them outweighed the output of them. Now, it didn't work fully at all, and you'll see the effects of that when I become a better writer and start actually working that into the fucking story. Oh, all good, Leo. Bottom line, if there is a twist in the story that you guys believe will happen, I'm not going to swap things around to fucking double surprise you if you end up correctly predicting what's going to happen. Like, yeah. If you guys say, like, you know what? Ledger's going to learn to do a backflip. I'm not going to say, no, he gives up. He gives up. No, if the man was going to learn to do a backflip and you guys guessed it, he's going to learn to do a backflip. And you'll be less surprised than you otherwise would have been. Oh, Meg, I think that should absolutely be canon. The magnet is falling off the compass. Yep. I find the mango connection intriguing. That was the go-to of my first D&D group. Brandy with mangoes seeped in it for a fortnight. Kind of like Evangelion. Really? I know you're not talking about the melons when you... or whatever fruit. Mangoes. when you say that, but... Huh. But, yeah, the mango... Just saying the word mango, it's a nice word. Mango. Now, if Charlie had a tongue or vocal cords, then he would probably be saying stuff like mango, mango. But he can't. Fuck, I should have made it canon that one of the pre-built phrases into his, fucking... What are you about to do, Wilku? Pumpkin. It is! Mango and mangle. Oh my god. Wait, oh, now I have an idea for something that's funny but fucked up, and you guys have probably already guessed it from that, but I'm going to do it anyway. All you need to do is wait a few months to a year before spring that, and there's a good chance we've forgotten about it. You know what? That is true. Do it. Oh, yeah. I feel like a surprise can be reasonably inferred with enough engagement with the material. It's fair writing that's respectful to the audience. Just as long as it's not too obvious. Yeah. Excuse me. It's like Green Hell. Like, we figured out that our gal was probably fucking dead, and in the bad ending, yeah. But, you know, we got really blindsided with finding out that he's the worst fucking person in the world. Never mind, that's the exact opposite of what the point I wanted to make here. But yeah, I fully agree. Like, a surprise that you can predict by paying attention to what's going on and thinking about it, that's valid. And who the fuck reacted with me making out with a fucking Wef, what the fuck? No, you put that back. Fine, I'll fucking do it. Where is it? Oh yeah, I don't use that emote typically because it disturbs me. No, why are the rest of you doing it too? How fucking dare you? No, not that one too. The Babby Shark is bad. The fuck is that? Okay, I'll admit that one's kind of cool. We could go with the Vilcus Happy. Or the the Bueno Bird. Or Claymore saying, "No, lad. I don't think you can." Oh yes, the other one of me making out with a battery. I have a lot of those. Oh, and then the one that I feel bad about needing to ban that kid. But it's a good fucking emote. No! Do not start writing that!
I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who wins.
I don't know if that's what was happening. I hope not. I was trying to spell Magnum. Rate Stars says a peekaboo chicken. Your reaction was not added because there are too many reactions on this message. Aw. I was trying to write magic. I mean, yeah, it does MAGIC, so it works. Oh, man. We like to have fun here. Let's do a dinosaur planet. Oh, wait, yeah, the bird to thank. I mean, it's not the same bird. The audio is just me laughing like a maniac. I fucking love Discord because it'll butcher your audio messages so badly that someone having a good time and laughing sounds like the start of Feel Good Inc. Windmill, windmill, cod. Codfish Dan from Newfoundland, he said that he had 3 wishes, and he wished Mars and all the stars, and he turned them into big fishes. You might think it's goofy, but the man in the moon is a newfie, and he's sailing on to glory, away in the golden dory. I know I missed a line or two. It's been literally a decade and a half since I've heard that song. For anyone unfamiliar, Stompin' Tom Connors, God rest, Canadian legend. I'm scared to click. That does genuinely make me happy. We respect art in this house. Cod. We just... Oh, Con? Oh. Cloud is showing up. What did I just walk into? A stream. Conma. Conma nuts. Got him. I appreciate you guys. You're goddamn right, Wilku. You're goddamn right. I am going to pin this cuz there's no way in hell that I am removing any of this. It's just a good fucking time. Mango! 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 Like and subscribe for more Look at the fucking mangoes! Oh my god. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. Someone's timed it. That's awesome. Fuck, I'm gonna keep talking in circles and being like... Wait, one sec. I refuse to yawn directly into the microphone. I consider that to be a dick move. But yeah. Fucking pin. Wait a second. That means I have to go into Ledger's book. Go into Charlie Fulthus. And I need to react to this one with Mango. 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 I like mango. Can mango be one of the first words he learns? He literally does not have a tongue or vocal cords. He's got the little stone tablet thing that Ledger had, the enchanted stone tablet, that can slowly form words. But like one word at a time. Actually, this is the section where I talk about it, I believe. The ceremonial axe he nabbed from a statue at Larisar finally broke. I might retcon that, because I actually really like that. Can he have a carved piece of stone that makes the sound mango when blown through? That's so fucking dumb, but so fucking perfect. Chibi Fulthus? Like Chibi Petals and Chibi Fulthus, except they're both in Chibi form. Fulthus is just bigger. Well, here it is. I stuck a handler with them, and she's pretty good. Charlie Fulthus loves mangoes. While they aren't in season, I ordered in some dried ones. He's a fiend for dried mangoes. A negotiator is typically not capable of feeding itself. Typically, we have to spoon feed them something half liquid. But Charlie found a fucking way. Crushed them up in a can using his gauntlet as a mortar pestle, add some water, and then used a spear half broken in an L shape to get some of the paste into his mouth. It was messy, but it must have worked with how he was dancing around. Fucking resourceful bugger. Got a carpenter to help him build an angled spoon spear for next time. Late Christmas gift. Charlie gets uneasy around birds. His handler says he was always uncomfortable with them, but being less mobile makes them much scarier. Not to mention the ravens try picking at the fabric to get at the rotten side. Charlie is taken to doing labor for crews in exchange for protection. If they see a bird bothering him, they shoot it down or scare it off. His handler helped explain it to them. Gave his handler a raise. I should probably learn her name. Here we are. I spoke to Charlie and had the enchanter make him a stone pad. Surgical installation, of course. Oh, so it's not on the armor. Fuck. Okay. I might have to change that. Its results are limited, but it was able to successfully read several thoughts if he focused enough. The built-in phrases worked. Using an enchanted tablet, Charlie can now display a multitude of different words at a rate of 1 per minute, or 1 per 15 seconds if it was supposed to be... I remember when I showed this on stream, I said, hey, I need to fix that. One of the pre-built phrases. As opposed to his previous record of 0, that's pretty fucking good. And the final evaluation, when Ledger thought he was going to die, is like a damn fine man and a damn fine negotiator. Charlie took several direct hits. His new armor held for most of it, but that leg is mangled. When I ask him about it, he says pain, fire, 8. Trying to heal it magically isn't working. Body keeps rejecting it. Currently, we have it splinted as best we can. He's still walking on it, but the groans are loud. Looks broken in multiple places, but it's not. At least not anymore. Bones are re-knitting to the wrong bones, splicing into each other, bending and twisting wherever they need, forcing new joints to form. Shapes that shouldn't be in a leg. It's structurally holding, but there's no telling the agony that feeling gives. Or rather, there is. Pain. Fire. 8 out of 10. And they wanted me to make more of these. And then Charlie's getting better. We had to re-break the leg. Or rather, he chose to do it himself. Sickening to watch, and that's ignoring the smells and sounds. He howled for hours, which doesn't actually really work out not having vocal cords, but I'll figure something out to retcon so that horrifying image works. We had to saw into the bone to remove excess material and extra joints if it tried to force itself. Oh, it tried to force into itself, sorry. It rebuilt itself in a better configuration this time. Our lead medic had the idea to tourniquet it at the joints to discourage forming a solid bone connection over it. We loosened it off near the end of the process, and it seemed to work. Joints formed as joints, bone formed as straight bone. The skin sags disgustingly, but that's what the white knit's for. This shit defies every rule I know. It's like the body forgets what goes where and how to rebuild itself. Granted, we don't even know what goes where. Need to learn how it thinks. Bottom line, Charlie's leg is healing. And that's what matters. Common for... Oh! I think hearing a squeaky noise come out of this man would be a little weird. It's incredibly stressful on the animal. Yeah. We had an artist take statements on what Charlie initially looked like when he was put together. They came up with this, and honestly, it's damn accurate. Charlie's got mixed feelings. He claims they got his eye color wrong. I didn't have the heart to tell him his irises have gone translucent. His handler had other plans, which prompted him to sulk for a bit. Understandably, he said he had beautiful green eyes before. Of course, being Charlie, he just asked me for some extra mangoes once he recovered. The man loves his mangoes. It'd also probably be a lot deeper coming from a big boy. Yeah, a big boy with 5 sets of lungs that have congealed into one huge set. Actually, yeah. Oh, that would be... He could probably sound like a fucking bagpipe. Okay. Start laughing, Meg.
Okay, only saying this as a voice message because I don't know how to articulate this into text. But Fulthus would
Please do not say you'll smash Fulthus.
if he were to have vocal cords, I imagine he'd sound something like this.
I'm gonna say you're wrong. Because I don't want to think of Fulthus going, Charlie #1. Wahaha. Everybody cheated.
But realistically, he'd probably sound like this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagine. Like, again, doesn't have a tongue, doesn't really have proper lips, so he can't really form any proper sounds or articulate sounds. But he can definitely go like haunts. Oh, fish dance? Fish dance? What the fuck? Oh my god. You guys are fucking great. Would Charlie be the one to blow the massive war horn? The problem is, like, he would like to. He would fucking love to. But he doesn't have lips. They can't go around the horn. He'd need to have, like, a fucking mouthpiece to go around. And even then, it won't seal because he's got the fucking woolen knit around it. But I guess the sheer amount of air that he could output would probably... It could be enough. But I know with certain horn, or like with a trumpet, you can't just blow. You have to do like the weird thing with your lips, which isn't an option, clearly. But I just thought of something kind of gross. That was done on an inhale.
I know what you mean. Get out of my house. I am Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. You do have to get the brass instrument pucker. Okay. I'm sure we can get Charlie a sort of... What musical instrument would Charlie play? Remember, he doesn't have full articulation of his arms and fingers. He has some. He's better than most negotiators. But he definitely doesn't have full. So he won't be playing piano. He's going to have a lot of trouble with the harp. He will not be able to play banjo. Percussion. So, what do you think? Would we give him drums or would we give him the triangle? Or the tambourine? A bass drummer. Okay. Charlie with maracas. If Charlie had a Discord account, he would just type in emojis. I love that. I need to recommission this artist. I think I might have her do Ledger. Yeah, I should probably give the 3rd Battalion flag after the mango. Alright, fellas. From the bottom of my fucking heart, thank you. I was in a fairly rough spot when we started this stream, and while the problem that started it ain't going away anytime soon, the simple fact of the matter is I'm gonna be able to get to sleep. And I fucking wasn't gonna earlier. So, yeah, no, you guys have genuinely helped me out a fair bit, and I appreciate it. I can't spell your welcome in emojis. That's okay. Do you guys want to do a raid of some sort? I don't know who's on currently. I'm scared to click because it doesn't show the people who are streaming at the top anymore. One of these days, it's going to show one of the really weird things I'm subscribed to. And then I'm going to have to deal with the fucking silent... Okay, not so silent humiliation of it. You know what? Choco's probably... Oh no, she's on a week-long break, actually. Yeah. Well, I can't fucking think of anyone. Would Kuro. Kaz is streaming? Alright. We'll do a raid on Taylor. Oh! I mean... She's nice, but she hasn't been receptive to any of... That sounds weird when I say that. Like... Typically after a few, you get some sort of contact from them in return. And if you don't, then it, in my experience, tends to mean that I am bothering them. And I get really self-conscious about that. I don't want to bug people.
Bad. Very bad.
That's why people like Payne, Sam, and Kaz here. They're very... Wef just shows up, I'm Balatro build. Yeah. No, if she ever shows up to a stream and is like, hi. Just fucking hi. Then it's like, okay, I'm not being a complete burden. Like it.
This man to oblivion. How's it going, Wef?
You don't fully want to avoid me. Again, this is just purely my mild social anxiety talking, but I don't know. I do genuinely like her as a streamer, though. Like, she's entertaining to watch. All right. Yeah, we'll do this one. All right. Join the raid if you want. Recommend you as a raid target to other VTubers if given the chance. Yeah, only if they ask for targets, of course. I know you know that, but I just want to make it very clear to everyone, like, I don't want to be that guy. Anyways, I'll see you fellas. I will. Thanks, Shram. And thank all of you.